everyone, the Lone Wolf here, back with some more EVE Online, and since I'm back in HiSec, this gives me the chance to mine a little bit and talk a bit about upcoming changes that are being announced by CCP. So let's have a quick look at that dev post in the forums about the upcoming Battlecruiser changes, and that is in the forums, and then features and ideas discussion, and one of the stickies, combat battlecruisers. So let's have a quick look. I've been trying to record a video on it just before this, but it's actually a pretty complex matter from time to time, so this is my second attempt. First of all, sensor strength, signature radius and cargo capacity. Almost all the battlecruisers should get a buff on this. One thing to keep in mind before I get started, all of this is still subject to change, but it is expected to come for retribution patch 1.1. So let's start off with the prophecy, which changes quite a lot. 5% bonus to all armor resistances, that's still the same, but 10% bonus to drone damage and hit points, that's definitely something different. 5 high slots -2, 4 medium slots +1, 7 low slots +1, 4 turrets -2, and 4 launchers +3. And then the other big change is in drone and drone bandwidth. Bandwidth going to 75 +50, and drone bay going to 225 +200. So really, the prophecy becomes a drone boat with launcher or turret support. 4 turrets, 4 launchers, yep. So that's actually pretty interesting. It's one of the ships I've always dreamed about, a drone ship with some decent launcher capabilities. I think that should look pretty cool as well. Very interesting changes here for the prophecy, in my opinion. 75 drone bandwidth, that I think that can field 2 heavies, 2 mediums and 1 small in a single flight. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting change for the prophecy. Moving on to the Harbinger, 10% bonus to medium energy turret damage, 10% bonus to medium energy turret capacitor use, 7 highs -1, 4 medium, 6 lows, 6 turrets -1. So that drone bandwidth, 50 and 75 capacity +25. So this doesn't change the Harbinger that much. It loses 1 turret, but it gets an extra 5% in bonus damage, and it gets the ability to take an extra flight of small drones with it, which is, in my opinion, always useful. I would always prefer to have a bit more drone bay than drone bandwidth, just so I can be a bit more versatile. You know, if you can also have a flight of small drones, you never know when that comes in handy against a frigate, something like that. The Ferox, 5% bonus to all shield resistance, 10% bonus to medium hybrid turret optimal range. I think those are still the same ones. Slot layout, 8 highs +1, 5 mediums, 4 lows, 7 turrets +1. So the Ferox gets an additional turret, which is not insignificant. Drone bandwidth stays at 25, and so you can take 1 flight of small drones with you. Let's have a quick look at my mining. Looks okay. Next up, the Drake, 5% bonus to all shield resistance, 10% bonus to heavy and heavy assault missile kinetic damage. I think that's still the same for the Drake as well. 7 highs -1, 6 medium, 4 lows, 6 launchers -1. So yep, I think that's a bit of a nerf to the Drake, 1 less launcher. Drone capacity 25, so that's still the same, 5 small drones for the Drake in there as well, but the loss of 1 launcher is pretty significant in my opinion. If I look actually right here at some of the defenses, the drone also gets a bit less shield hit points, well, not that much, but -219. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm not that familiar with all the current state of fittings like power grid, CPU, defense and capacitor and all of that. So yeah, if you really want to go into detail, just check out the post for yourself. Moving on to the Galente ships with the Brutix, 10% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage, that's a doubling, 7% bonus to armor repair effectiveness, 7 highs, 4 mediums, 6 lows plus 1 low, 6 turrets minus 1. So Again, this is a bit of a trade-off, one less turret, but an increase in bonus damage for the medium hybrid turrets. So overall, I think this is a small increase in damage, and drone bandwidth stays at 50. So one flight of medium drones is what you can field with the Brutix. The Myrmidon, 7% bonus to armor repair effectiveness, 10% bonus to drone damage and hit points. That's still the same. Slot layout, 5 highs -1, 5 mediums, 6 lows, 5 turrets -1. So the Myrmidon loses a turret, which in my opinion is not even that big of a problem, because I don't think I used to fit 6 turrets in the Myrmidon. I would always take maybe something like a drone range amplifier, something like that. But the bigger change here is in the drone's bandwidth, plus 25 to 100, and drone bay plus 50 to 200. That's pretty significant. And let's get some more mining done here. No pirates. Nope, no pirates. This means that the Myrmidon can field, let's have a quick look, either 4 heavy drones or 3 heavy drones and 2 medium drones, and with 200 capacity it can also take like a couple extra flights of small drones with it. So that's just a bit of a buff to the Myrmidon in general, making it a bit of a better drone ship than it already is. Obviously the Myrmidon could really use that because of its capacity was pretty much on par with the Vexor, and yeah, a bit of a buff there. I think it makes sense. Moving on to the Cyclone, 5% bonus to heavy missile and heavy assault missile rate of fire. I think that's completely different. 7.5% bonus to shield boosting amount. So interesting, the Cyclone looks like a missile platform with a lot of repping capabilities. Let's have a look at the slot layout. 7 highs -1, 5 mediums, 5 launchers +1, 2 turrets, and 5 lows +1 and 5 launchers. So yeah, I think with 5 lows you can get quite a bit of extra damage mods in there, and yeah, with 5 launchers it's not as much as the Drake, but you get a nice bonus to rate of fire. Drones 50 bandwidth, so +10, and also 50 for the capacity, so that means you can field 5 medium drones in the Cyclone. This is pretty interesting, bringing it pretty much, in my opinion, on par with the Drake, except for that 1 launcher less, but yeah, pretty interesting change for the Cyclone. And let's end up with the Hurricane. 5% bonus to medium projectile turret damage, 5% bonus to medium projectile turret rate of fire, so that's definitely some good bonuses. Slot layout, 5 highs -1, 4 mediums, 6 lows, 6 turrets, that's still the same, and 3 launchers. Pretty interesting one. Let's have a look. Drone base still at 30, which is pretty much an odd number really, because well, with 25 you can field 5 small ones, so just fielding 1 medium drone in there, I'm not sure why you would do that, but okay. It's a strange number. But the Hurricane, let's have a quick look maybe at the current Hurricane, because I don't know it that well. Have a look at current bonuses. Damage and rate of fire, so that's pretty much the same bonus. And what did it lose? It lost 1 high slot. So I'm guessing that this is still a nerf to the Hurricane, because you could use 6 turrets and 2 launchers, and that's now probably going to be down to 6 turrets and 1 launcher. So yeah, pretty interesting. Feels like a decent amount of nerfs to some of the ships, the Hurricane and the Drake definitely. Some very interesting changes in my opinion. The Prophecy, I feel, is going to be a very interesting ship for me personally, for maybe some wormhole exploration. A bit of a buff to the Myrmidon, which in my opinion makes sense, and also to the Brutix. That's pretty interesting actually, that 10% bonus to hybrid turret damage, and you only lose 1 of your 7 turrets. That's actually not a bad buff to the Brutix either. Obviously we'll have to wait and see a little bit if these are the final numbers. that will be deployed in Retribution 1.1, which should be the 12th of February is the date that's going around. But yeah, some significant changes to battlecruisers. You might indeed see a bit less Drake blobs, a bit less popularity for the Drake. And from what I read in the comments, a lot of people are liking what the new Cyclone will look like. So that could be an interesting information for the market as well. Which battlecruiser will lose some popularity? I would expect the Hurricane and the Drake. And which ones might increase in popularity? I would say probably the Cyclone and the Prophecy, which look really like very nice changes to these two ships. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this quick look at the upcoming battlecruiser changes. I'm going to continue mining, and I'll see you all next time.